I'm Jonathan Milam here with a review of a Blessing 1580, that's 1580, striking horn. It is primarily bead blast, and of course this is brass, but it does have polished accents. The inside of the bell is polished, and the ends of the tuning slides. I'll talk more about the horn in just a moment, but while I'm warmed up, I'll try and give you an idea what it sounds like. I'm going to use two different mouthpieces for this review. I'm going to begin with quite a deep V-cup mouthpiece to give a very dark tone, and this is a Trent Austin TF. It's a trumpet flugel mouthpiece that he uses. Not too large of a throat, but still gives a great dark tone, and since the throat's not too small, it does enable, it doesn't specialize, but it does enable a nice upper range. Okay, we'll give you an idea what the trumpet sounds like. Great horn, incidentally, the Blessing 1580, 1580. I like this horn so much, I think even the pedal tones are attractive. And I remember reading on Trumpet Herald when I was trying to build my range a few years ago, one guy who in fact is from Houston, as the place where I reside, he wrote in and he said, I believe that lip trills in the upper register and pedal tones in the lower register did more to build my range. So I started incorporating that in my practice, and I've enlarged my range by almost an octave. So I am a big believer personally in pedal tones, relax the lip, and then the upper range, lip trills, just a tremendous way, those two items in building range. Okay, we'll try and give you just a little bit of a scale, and then we'll play a song. Okay, one that I've been doing recently on a lot of songs, just a lot of long tones. We'll do that as well with this. I believe this horn is as mouthpiece sensitive as any trumpet that I've ever had, much more than many horns that I've played with, and I'll try to remember to tell you why I think it is more mouthpiece sensitive in a moment, but now I'm going to use a much shallower mouthpiece. This is a Bob Reeves 41C, about the same rim idea as the last horn, but much more of a projecting, perhaps even commercial sound. Not a screech mouthpiece, but I think you'll see the difference. Okay, let's talk about the horn for just a moment. The Blessing 1580, and today is November 2nd, 2015. As of a few months ago, apparently the Blessing Company, which was in Elkhart, Indiana, I believe, they closed their doors. They were purchased by a group in St. Louis. We're not sure about the future of this horn. And this horn, as I mentioned, is bead blast with lacquered accents, beautiful horn. It was aided in the production process by one of the great custom makers of trumpets in the United States now. I believe his name is Fred Powell. I believe I read somewhere that this bell is a blend between the attributes of a 37 and a 72 bell. And pardon me if that's not entirely accurate. You know, the 37 is considered an old standard in the Bach Stradivarius line. The 72, of course, is for a deeper, darker tone. The 72 lightweight bell was one of the premier horns for lead playing and has been for many years, is still used extremely by a lot of commercial recording artists, is my understanding. This bell, I don't know why or how it can be so mouthpiece sensitive. Some horns you put a trumpet flugel mouthpiece in and there's a little difference always because everything affects everything. But I think in this horn the difference is profound and very noticeable. When you go to a tighter back bore, a little shallower cup, I believe it is augmented greatly. And I wish to goodness I knew exactly what horns enable that. My suspicion is that if the bell is a little lighter, it's more sensitive to mouthpiece production. For one thing, if you play it softly, then you're going to be making the most of the bell size. If you play a lightweight bell loudly, you're going to be able to light it up, as they say, a little bit easier. I don't play with a lot of power, so I very rarely light a horn up. But this one is mouthpiece sensitive. When I compare it to a 37 style horn that I've got, it looks like the bell is a little thinner, but the bell flare is 5 inches, which is larger than the 37 type horn I was comparing it to. And visual comparisons are hardly to be trusted, especially when one is silver plated and then this is bead blasted lacquer. It's just, the appearance can really throw you off. The valves on this horn are fantastic. It feels like a Yamaha to me. That's extremely high praise. The valve action is very good, slides, everything, and I think this is a fantastic looking horn as well. I did have a bead-blasted Yamaha Zeno 8335 years ago. It was so rough that I found it was a little hard to keep clean. And the inside of the bell, where occasionally you will get moisture coming out, I felt that was a real tendency to stain. This is a much softer bead blast, and to my way of thinking would be much easier to keep clean, and you don't have to worry about that on the bell interior because it is the lacquered or polished brass. So I really like the way they've done it. I think it's a striking looking horn, and I hope that it is had a good sound as well. We'll tootle around just a little bit more, try and get a little bit into the upper register and give you an idea what this horn sounds like. Easy to play down low, easy to play up high. Of course, my lip is in better shape than it is a lot of times, and when you got chops that are working with you, it's much easier to find your range in the top and bottom as well. At least your F above high C. Again, that's with the Bob Reeves 41C. Really liking the Bob Reeves mouthpiece, but I enjoyed the Trent Austin trumpet flugel we began with. Hope you've enjoyed this. A wonderful horn. It is the Blessing 1580. Thanks for checking in with us. Have a great day. And as always, God bless.